Well, people know that there are long historic links between the people of Gibraltar and the people of Malta. These are cultural, they are social, they are, of course, in some instances familial, because the surnames that you see in Gibraltar are very similar to the surnames that you see in Malta. Those links are there, and what we need to do is build on them. And I went to Malta 2 years ago to start that process. This is a continuation of that, which of course is accentuated by the fact that the European Union vote in the recent referendum has seen the choice of Brexit, and Malta will give us opportunities to do work in the new process that we expect to be in as the Article 50 progresses, etc. This is going to be a brave new world, as I've been saying in some instances. The choice we made was to stay within the European Union, to remain strongly so at 96%. We now have to look for the opportunities that arise as a result of the opposite having been chosen by the British people, and we have to look for the silver linings in these clouds.
So could it be that if Gibraltar's relationship with Malta develops in the way that you want it to, that it could provide Gibraltar with access to European institutions through that venue, through Malta's membership?
I think the important thing now is to ensure that all of the relevant member states know what it is that Gibraltar voted and what we would like to see. We would like to continue to form part of the single market and to continue to see rights of free movement attaching to people who are resident in Gibraltar. What we're doing with Malta and with every other European state is ensuring that they understand that and they understand what Gibraltar wants for the future. At the same time, we are developing business that we would have been developing anyway in the context of getting those relationships stronger than ever.
Yeah, a few weeks ago as well, you met for the first time with the Foreign Secretary. The new Foreign Secretary has, of course, been touring the world over the last few weeks, setting up his new appointments and his new relationships with his counterparts across Europe and across the world. How is that relationship between Gibraltar and this new cabinet developing in that sense?
Look, although this is a cabinet born out of a result that Gibraltar did not want, David Cameron's resignation comes from the success of the Brexit campaign, the referendum, which is the opposite of what we advocated. I think we've got very good friends in this cabinet. I think that the work that I'd done previously with Theresa May in the when she was Home Secretary gives us the opportunity to have somebody at the top of the cabinet that understands the Gibraltar issues and the issues which affect Gibraltar in terms of the European Union, because those are the things that I was working with her on. And then people like David Davis, who was formerly a Minister for Europe and was seen as a friend of Gibraltar, Liam Fox, who has long been a friend of Gibraltar and part of the all-party British Gibraltar group, and Boris Johnson, who is now Foreign Secretary and had written so well about the Gibraltar issue 3 years ago when we had so many issues at the border. I think give us a cabinet that we can get very comfortable with very quickly. I think there are people who are interested in learning more about how Brexit may potentially affect Gibraltar and why our participation in the European Union might still have to be a different one to the one that the United Kingdom might choose going forward. So I think it's a cabinet that will serve Gibraltar potentially very well. I think I can have a very good and strong relationship with Mr. Johnson going forward. Certainly my first meeting with him was warm, it was friendly, and I got the sense that this was somebody like William Hague before him, like Philip Hammond before him, who felt for Gibraltar and who had a visceral feel towards the same point of view as the Gibraltarians in terms of our sovereignty, namely that only the Gibraltarians will decide the sovereignty of Gibraltar and it will remain 100% British.